Hey students, the grammar focus of this video is the past tense and the context is Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the 46th President of the United States. He was born on November 20th, 1942 in Pennsylvania. His father cleaned furnaces and sold used cars, and his mother was a housewife. His family was Catholic. A furnace is an appliance that heats a house or building. When Biden was 13 years old, the family moved to Delaware. Kids bullied him because he stuttered. To bully is to frighten, hurt, or threaten another person physically or with words. Bullied is the past tense of bully. To stutter is to have a speech problem that makes it hard to talk smoothly. Stuttered is the past tense of stutter. His family didn't have much money, but Biden wanted to go to a private high school, so he earned tuition money by washing the school's windows and working in its garden. Biden studied history and political science at the University of Delaware. He graduated from the Syracuse University Law School in 1965. He married Nelia Hunter in 1966, and he started his career as a lawyer in Delaware. Biden and his wife had 3 children that they nicknamed Beau, Hunter, and Amy. To nickname is to give someone a name that is different than their legal name. It's usually given by friends and family. In 1972, Biden ran for the U.S. Senate and won. He was only 29 years old, and he became one of the youngest U.S. senators in history. To run is to try to get elected to a political position. Ran is the past tense of run. That year, a week before Christmas, his wife and 3 children were in a car accident. His wife and daughter died, and his 2 sons were seriously injured. It was a very sad time in his life. But in 1975, he met a teacher named Jill Jacobs, and they got married in 1977. Their daughter Ashley was born in 1981. Biden was a senator from 1973 to 2008. He was respected and very successful as a senator, but he failed when he ran for President of the United States in 1988 and 2007. Later in 2007, Barack Obama chose Biden as his vice presidential running mate, and they won. Then they were elected again for a second term. A running mate is the vice president for someone who tries to get elected as president. Obama was president and Biden was vice president from 2008 to 2016. Biden thought about running for president in 2016, but his son Beau died of brain cancer in 2015. It was another terrible time in Biden's personal life, and he needed time to grieve. To grieve is to feel or show very sad feelings. By 2020, he was ready, and he chose Kamala Harris as his running mate. Biden and Harris were elected president and vice president in 2020. Biden is now 78 years old, and he's the oldest president in American history. So now let's take a closer look at the grammar. The verb is what tells you the tense or the time period of a sentence. The present tense is used for habits and routines and facts. For example, Joe Biden is 78 years old. He lives in the White House. He walks to work. The past tense is for completed actions in the past. These actions are finished and are no longer happening. He was born in 1942. He lived in Pennsylvania until he was 13. He walked to school. There are 2 ways to form the past tense. For regular verbs, you just add ed to the end of the verb. For example, work, worked. Irregular verbs are a different word, and you have to memorize it. So irregular means not regular. These are regular verbs in the story. Remember, for he, she, and it in the present tense, you add an S to the verb. So I clean, he cleans. The past tense form is the same for all subjects. The past tense of clean is cleaned. Move, moves, moved. Bully, bullies, bullied. The spelling change here is because bully has a consonant and a Y. So L and Y. You change the Y to I and add ES or ED. Want, wants, wanted. Earn, earns, earned. Study, studies, studied. Again, study has a consonant and a Y, so you change the Y to I before you add the ES or the ED. Graduate, graduates, graduated. Start, starts, started. Die, dies, died. Fail, fails, failed. Need, needs, needed. These are the irregular verbs in this story. So the be verb, am, are, and is, has two past tense forms, was and were. Sell, sells, sold. Have, has, had. Run, runs, ran. Win, wins, won. Become, becomes, became. And again, the past tense verb is the same for I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Meet, meets, met. Think, thinks, thought. Choose, chooses, chose. Go, goes, went. Learning verbs is kind of like eating an elephant. There are a lot of verbs, but don't worry, you don't have to learn them all at the same time. We will take it one bite at a time. Thanks for listening.